Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. It's another Fallout tie-in, which means it's another tie-in that I don't have any real connection to. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering around about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, though? Happens to be my brand new, boom, Earshot shirt. Yeah. Which, I'll be honest with you, I'm not in love with the design. Like, they actually had a couple of other designs, but this was the only one they had in my size, so. But anyway. Who the hell is Earshot? Earshot are sort of an alternative metal band, occasionally sort of classified as being a new metal band that came up during sort of the early 2000s period. They're also a band that I got to see perform live last night, which was really, really cool. I was kind of aware of them, but not, like, hugely into their stuff. But in the last, like, sort of, maybe year or so, I've been kind of getting more into sort of branching out from the bands that I was more familiar with and trying to get into, some of the other ones. And Earshot hit for me. So when I saw that they were going to be performing live at a venue, not close by any means, but, close enough, I made the trek. I actually got some videos of their performance. Those videos are on my channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned, because I think they're awesome. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Fallout connection, eh? So yes, Fallout is obviously a very famous video game franchise. Started out on the PC and then, eventually made its way, and now it's on, like, everything. It's, been very successful. It is also a franchise I never got into. I wasn't a PC gamer back in the day. And then by the time I got into consoles and stuff, I just wasn't really that into it. But, I'm aware a little bit of it, and I'm aware of how popular it is. So popular, in fact, that we end up getting products like, boom! This is from Jones Soda Company, their Nuka Grape Cola. Introducing Nuka Grape, the latest triumph from Jones Soda Cola, bursting with bold grape flavor and that signature fizz. It's a perfect refreshment for vault dwellers, wasteland wanderers, and ghouls alike who claim the taste bright tomorrow, bottled just for you, wherever you call home. Okay, so I have reviewed the normal Nuka Cola, and I reviewed the Quantum Cola. Let's try the grape. It's grape, you see. And we'll just do a thing like this, something like that, and we'll just go, ha 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 ha! Let's give it a go. Hoping you're a twist off. You are! Hooray! I was going to review some cream soda earlier, but turned out that the cap was not twist off, and I don't have my my bottle pop. It's very grape. Okay. I really like grape soda, so I'm very eager. Out of the ones that I had previously, this is the one that I was actually the most eager to try because, like, again, I like Jones Cola. They make some good, or Jones Soda. They make some good stuff, and their Fallout stuff has been hit or miss for me, but this is, yeah. It's not bad. It's got a little bit of a weird aftertaste that I don't like, but it's not, like, hugely abrasive, but it's a very front-forward flavor. Like, it hits nicely with some nice grape flavor, but as it rescinds more and more, it really loses any dimension that it had, and then, like I said, by the tail end of it, you get kind of this little funky aftertaste. Not horrible, but as for the grape flavor itself, if it could maintain better, I would definitely list it as being, a very favorable aspect of it. It's definitely still the best part of it, but because it kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say like it, the flavor isn't bad, nor is it dull or anything, but it doesn't have a lot of dimension to it. It does have a little something, though. I'll give it that much. It's not just sweet for the sake of sweet. There is a little tanginess in there, which is nice. Recently, I reviewed a grape soda, I think it was from Asahi, something like that. It was like squash grape soda or some shit. That I really loved, because it had more going on to it than just grape and sweet. This has a little something, so credit where it's due, but it is mostly grape and sweet. It's not entirely lacking dimension, but it doesn't have a great deal of it either. I do like that they gave it a little bit of a tanginess, though. I will say that. If the grape flavor held a little bit longer, if it didn't trickle off into that, again, sort of aftertaste, I think I'd actually be a relatively big fan of this, because as much as I do love grape soda, a lot of grape sodas are just purple, sweet, and grape. Grape. They're not really the best representation of like the flavors that grape can actually pull off. It's one of the reasons why Pitch Black, the original Pitch Black formula, one of my favorite grape sodas, because it was like a sour grape soda. I liked that it had more going on. This has a little bit more going on, but I wish that they would have gone over there and just given it a little bit extra, man. I think if they'd found a way to make that grape flavor hold from start to finish, that definitely would have put it into a nice category for me. But it's not bad for what it is. Yeah. It's one of those things where I like some of the things that it's doing. I just wish it was doing more of it. But 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Fallout connection aside, because again, that doesn't do anything for me. Sure and sure. I mean, it's not as good a grape soda as I want it to be, because again, like, there's some nice things going on there. And I feel, again, like, just a few little tweaks, not even that much. I think this really could have been a really nice grape soda, something that I was willing to, like, properly back and, recommend. But even lacking, as I feel it does, I do like stuff about it, and I like that it's not a completely generic grape soda. I like that it has a nice, bold flavor to it, even if the flavor does, again, fade a little bit quicker than I'd like. And I think they made some good decisions. I feel like the areas where it's strongest, I think if they just crank that up a little bit more, I think it would have put it over the edge for me. But even as it is, I'd put it as being an above average grape soda. Not great or anything like that, but like, it's like a solid B to B minus, that range. That's why if I'm recommending it, I mean, look, if you're a Fallout fan, and I know plenty of people who are, my friend Drew's a big fan of it. He tried to get me into it years ago. My friend Corey, there's definitely a lot of people I know who are into it. I mean, if you want to get it, obviously get it. Hell, you can just collect it. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to actually get it and try it, it's not a bad grape soda. It's nothing overly special. And one thing that I have noticed with these Fallout, sodas, they are expensive. I forget exactly how much I paid for this, but like, I know that in the past, like, the Fallout stuff has cost me. So I don't know that if it's worth shelling out the extra just for the Fallout stuff if you're not already into that, but it's not a bad grape soda. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have themselves a truly grape soda-tastic rest of your life. Final 2 things, folks. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, are you a fan of the Fallout series? If so, let me know. What's your favorite aspects of it? Because I do know from talking with my friend Drew, like I said, he tried to get me into it early on, and, even though he's been a fan of the series, he'll be the first person to tell you there's like a big disconnect between the earlier games and the later ones, especially once it went to the first-person perspective. For my lot, I played a little bit of Fallout 3, a little tiny bit. Basically, I just made some goofy-ass mongoloid character who hit everything with a baseball bat, and that was my whole game plan, was just I was going to take everything out with a baseball bat. It didn't work very well, but I stuck to it for a bit. Anyway, bye.